Hello YouTube, this is the Stupendous Wave here with a video today, and this one is on some Ant-Man speculation. Now, this is really interesting because we actually have a lot to talk about, and a lot of people don't know that much about Ant-Man, so I'm glad you clicked on this video if you don't really know that much. But to start off, Paul Rudd is playing Ant-Man, and Michael Douglas is playing Hank Pym. Now, usually Hank Pym is the main Ant-Man, and it's not Scott Lang. Scott Lang is more of a thief. He's still tech-savvy, but not to the point of Hank Pym. In the comics, actually, Hank Pym created Ultron and not Tony Stark. And I'm hoping that he still created Ultron, because in the Age of Ultron synopsis, it says that Tony Stark actually finds this program. He doesn't actually make it. But anyway, that's going off topic. So our Ant-Man is played by Paul Rudd, and he's Scott Lang. Now, apparently he steals the Ant-Man suit, which allows him to shrink and stuff, and so he can go steal money to save his sick daughter. So that's pretty cool to start off. Also, a couple of very interesting casting things in here. It says Haley Atwell is in the movie, who is Peggy Carter from Captain America. So that's way cool. We know that she kind of started off S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think she's definitely going to have scenes with Michael Douglas. And also John Slattery, who was the older Tony Stark, has a role in this movie. So we're definitely going to see some flashbacks, I think, with a younger Hank Pym. Maybe he has something to do with creating S.H.I.E.L.D. But really, we have a gap between Cap and Iron Man, so we really don't know what was going on in between that time as far as superheroes go. So maybe Hank Pym would be operating as Ant-Man, fighting crime. I think that would be really cool, seeing him fight crime as a younger man. And also someone, I can't remember exactly who it was, but they said that Michael Douglas might actually play a villain later on in this movie or later on in the series, because as a lot of you probably know, Hank Pym is a little bit of an unstable guy. He cheats on his wife, he's hit his wife, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. And in this cast, it's clearly obvious that we're missing a Jan Van Dyne, which is the original Wasp. But we do have a Hope Van Dyne played by Evangeline Lilly, which is a great pick. Yeah, so a daughter, probably. As far as her becoming Wasp, I'm going to say that one day definitely she'll be Wasp. Not in this movie, but one day, maybe in the sequel, or maybe in the third movie, maybe a Rhodey-like role, like a female Rhodey, although more of a love interest, kind of. Okay, picture if Tony Stark fell in love with Rhodey, and in the first movie they didn't let him in the suit, but in the second one he did, like that. So, for the villain of the movie, he's played by Corey Stoll, and it's Darren Cross, who's playing Yellow Jacket as well. And Darren Cross and Yellow Jacket are actually two separate people in the comics. Darren Cross is like a D-list villain, and Yellow Jacket is actually a persona that Hank Pym took over. But I'm guessing that they're changing it, and that Yellow Jacket is now the villain, and that this Darren Cross will get a hold of the Pym particles, which will enable him to shrink and stuff, and he will become the main villain of the series, of the movie. Much like Iron Man, when Obadiah Stane took the Iron Man armor, or copied it, to fight Iron Man. I'm assuming it'll be a confrontation similar to that. So very, very cool stuff. Now the big thing is, will we see Giant Man in this movie? And I'm going to say no, or in an end credits scene. And Giant Man is actually the reverse of Ant-Man. It's the same guy, but Giant Man is where he's able to grow to extreme heights, like up to 60 feet. So that would be really cool, but I don't think that we'll see it in this movie. I think we'll definitely see it in Infinity War, or maybe even Civil War if he appears in Civil War, which I do think Paul Rudd or Hank Pym will have a brief cameo in Civil War. So what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we'll see Iron Man? Not Iron Man. Do you think we'll see Giant Man? What do you think of Yellow Jacket being changed to a villain? Do you like all the casting? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. You guys are all awesome. Don't forget to subscribe, those of you that haven't, and have a great day.